I love that you guys have such an emphasis on sort of the academic sales enablement kind of component and coaching component, because, I'm imagining that it's one thing to write this great, to have this great model in place and to be able to access these remarkable insights. And now I know who are the 15 to 30 people that I should be communicating with in any given day. I know how to communicate with them. I know where they are. I know what their pain points are. But then if I can't actually communicate in a way that is effective once I get them on the phone or I'm chatting with them online, whatever it might be, then the data is only so valuable, right? And you guys can do exceptional work, but then if your partner on the institution's front just isn't equipped with the resources necessary or the training necessary to sort of deliver to close the deal, so to speak, then the model isn't that helpful at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So
data only takes you so far, and then you have to take over. As really, we emphasize building relationships, that you can't market your way to a successful class. You've got to build relationships.
Yeah.
And every institution is different, but you have to be able to carry a conversation. And the other part of it is still goes back to your data. Is we actually will, in that strategic data plan, we'll talk through whether it be with the VP or the director and say, here's 5 questions you should ask in every interview, because when you do this at this stage of the process, we can start running predictive in a couple of years on these questions. So it's just as much as strategic about the sales side of it as it is about the data side of it, and asking strategic questions to build relationships and build your data.
Love it. Super, super helpful. So I'd love for you to actually show us as much as you can right now. How does one go about actually building a custom predictive model? And can you show us a little bit about what this actually looks like, how you guys help your partner schools go about this process?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're looking at here is our RADMIT dashboard, and what I have pulled up is just a previous year. It's real data, but it's actually fake, names, so that there's no information being shared that's that's going to give information out that we shouldn't be. But
sure,
the idea behind the RADMIT dashboard is to be able to filter through the data. And so as you look through, these are our different models, and this mirrors your funnel. So as you can see, we're down here on the left-hand side. That's the top of the funnel. These are your prospects, and we're going to predict the likelihood of them starting an application. Well, I have down here, I have accepted. So I've accepted the student. What's the likelihood of them paying that matriculation fee, right? So as we look through, these are your models across the top, each stage of the funnel. And then right here, these are your filters. So it's filtering between things like, what college or department, what degree, what, maybe minority status for a diverse class. Maybe you are going to target a specific, zip code. And so you put in a zip code here. There's all different things that could go on with filling the policies of the institution. And that's what these filters help you do, right? Because if you don't put these filters in and it comes to predictive analytics, you get more of the same, right? So your historical data actually is dictating basically more of the exact same thing. So what you do in order to to take care of that is to actually put in these filters. So again, like for instance, if you want a diverse class, you can actually filter by that. So as I run a particular query here, accepted to paid, I'm going to just hit the submit button, and it's going to pull back. Here's my distribution of my probability scores. But as I pull up students here, you can see that what's the likelihood of Dudley here going from accepted to paid, and they have an 89.83% probability of moving along that path. Another thing that we do, and this is something that no one else does, is we actually calculate a capacity index. Again, this is based on your historical data, known information about the student, and it's not just how much their parents make. It's a lot of variables and data that goes into it, so that we can actually tell you what's the likelihood that they can afford a education at your institution. And this is actually a very powerful piece of information, not because I want to eliminate, let's say, Gail here. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to frame up a conversation. This all drives back to academic sales, and knowing that there's a high likelihood that Gail will come to your institution, but you're going to have to work through things like financial aid, maybe they haven't filled it out yet, or scholarships, or maybe work study programs, those types of things. So again, it's for that strategic academic sales. And this is that part we talk about putting actionable data right in front of your counselor or your director so they know how to make decisions.